Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to another fabulous episode of The Audition with your boy, the Sebastian Alexander Bonet. And your boy, the Sebastian Alexander Bonet. First and foremost, hopefully everything is going well with you, my babies. Hopefully everything is just blessed and highly favored, and even if it is not, I'm about to minister. Even if it is not, when you wake up on this side of the dirt and the dirt ain't on top of you, it's a good day. Remember, you are not your circumstances. So whatever you are going through, baby, know that it will get better on the other side. So that was my Monique fat gal moment. Hopefully everything is going well with you in all honesty. I appreciate you tuning in for all of my videos, subscribing, and all that good stuff. And speaking of subscribing, make sure, I forget what side is on, make sure that you subscribe to this video, honey. Make sure that you get it on in, click subscribe, and not only subscribe, make sure the little box is checked for emailed as well. So every time I upload a new video, you will get an email telling you that, bitch, the Sebastian Alexander Bonet has uploaded a new video to the wonderful service of YouTube. So, thumbs up this video as well. Finger me as I always say, finger me. Thumbs up this video. Leave your comments here on Facebook as well as, most importantly, YouTube and all that good stuff. And that's really about it. The purpose of this video. One other thing. Make sure you get at me if you come into Atlanta for Pride 2013. I will be hosting an event with the Big Dogs, an organization for, the Big Dogs is an organization for plus-size men, and the plus-size men of color, and their admirers within the LGBTQ community. And I'm hosting an event called The Love Game. It is where the love connection meets the dating game. So it is going to be fun. You know, bitch, I think off the cuff. It's going to be sickening. So make sure you get in contact with me to get the information about that, or contact the Big Dogs directly at thebigdogs@yahoo.com. And it's THA, not THE, THABIGDOGES at yahoo.com. So, anyways, babies, the purpose of this video is that last night I was talking to my friend Travion, or on Facebook he's known as Kofi. I say Kofi. He probably says coffee, but I say Kofi, Carol. But anyways, we've been friends now for about, I want to say about 8 years or so, 8 years. He was telling me that, you know, he watches my YouTube channel. And, you know, I was like, wow, really? Okay, because, you know, you don't want to go around and say, you watch my YouTube channel. You know, I'm not that kind of guy. You know, if you watch it, you watch it. If you don't, you don't. I'm appreciative and grateful if you watch it. But it's not like I'm telling all my friends, bitch, you better watch my shit, honey. But he told me he watches myself, someone else, and a blogger named Justin J, I believe. And I never had heard of Justin J. So he sent me a blog, and it so happened to be a critique of a particular web series. And the web series is In the Life. Not In the Life. It's called The Life, ATL. And I remember from back in the day, or whatever the case may be, but I didn't know it had revamped or whatever. So I listened to his critique, and I really liked him. I subscribed to him. And shout out to Justin J. Cool stuff, cool beans. And I didn't want to take his review to heart, if you will. I wanted to form my own opinion, if you will. And I said, okay, I'll look at it. So he had the links. They had a link in it regarding Bossip. Had a page about it. There was actually an article in Ebony, the online version of ebony.com had an article, and he had the link to the show. So it's 50 minutes long. I looked at the trailer first, and the trailer did not make me want to say, ooh, I gotta look at this show. You know what I'm saying? But I went ahead and looked at it because I wanted to do a video about it, and so to give my my honest critique of the show. And so the show was, the creator is from Dr. George, what was his name? George Smith, I believe it is. Hold on, honey, because I had it earlier. I want to say it's Dr. George Smith. Let me make sure, honey. Oh, hold on now, because my computer ain't letting me on. I want to say it is Dr. Oh, bitch. This MacBook Pro is fucking up with me today, honey. Hold on, babies. You never, you know when you try to go in a hurry, honey, it never works out for you. Hold on. Yeah, I was right. Okay, I'm making sure. The creator is Dr. George Smith. I don't know what he is a doctor of. I'm not denouncing anybody's degree because I wouldn't want anybody to denounce my degree. But he is Dr. George Smith. From the show, it says he's an attorney, was based out of Houston, but he moved his business, whatever that business is, to Atlanta. In the show, they never denounced what the they never announced or said, excuse me, what the business was. It's just like, you know, I'm moving my business to Atlanta, and it is what it is. Overall, if I had to give the show a rating, if you will, if we were like in grade school, I would give it a C-. It had its okay points, if you will, but the main thing that I dislike about the show is the actors. I'm going to go back just a moment. And I give credit where credit is due, per Ebony.com, they had initially did the live ATL in 2009. The only person that I knew on that cast was Al Milan Dupree. I mean, do I talk to Al all the time? No. Do I ever really talk to Al? No. I may speak in passing because we really don't run in the same circles. The only reason why I know Al is because of pageantry. I'm a pageant boy. He's a pageant boy. And that's about it. Will I probably know Al outside of pageantry? Probably not. You know, if I didn't do pageant, would I know him? Probably not. Per what Ebony says, they presented it to Logo, and Logo said that the cast was too old. It ain't my words, bitch. Logo said them hoes was old. That's all I can say. Bitch, they old. Okay, so he went back to the drawing board, and I say he as in Dr. George Smith, and recasted new actors. They presented it back to Logo, and their response was, now they're too young and too edgy. So, bitch, you can't win for losing. You got them too young, you got them too old, whatever, whatever. So the thing that I really dislike about this show, and I understand that sex sells. I definitely understand that with my photography, my graphic design, and I'm getting into PR now. I'm steadily expanding the What's Tea empire. We do photography, do graphic design. We also are now doing web design. We have a web, I do it as well, but we also have a hired web designer, and we're getting into promotions as well. I'm steady trying to expand What's Tea to be a household common name. But anyways, I understand that sex sells, but you never see a fat bitch on a billboard. I mean, you don't. You don't see a fat gal, just in Times Square. It's always, fit models, abs, 6-packs, 8-pack, bitch, 8-pack. Same thing, with women. They want you to be fit and trim and sexual and just sickening. And I understand that, but the show does not reflect, I don't want to say, I guess all facets of the LGBT community, especially the black LGBT community. I know that we are superficial in our community. I know that we are very vain and very shallow. They want the boys with the bodies, the boys with the deep voices, the boys that look like boys but quiet as kept. Them the same bitches that bend over in the bathroom. You meet these bitches, I mean not in the bathroom, honey, but in the bedroom, honey. You meet these bitches at the club. You see number man Tims and jeans and boots and deep voices and da-da-da. But as soon as you get them bitches back home, you think you about to get a nasty fuck down, bitch. But he the first one to toot his ass over saying, bitch, I hope you about to fuck me. So, bitch, don't let the looks fool you, honey. Anybody can get dressed up, honey. Anybody can get dressed up to look halfway decent, to look like a man, honey. But what really matters is what comes out in the bedroom, what characteristics and what personalities and what traits they are presenting out in the public can be completely different to what they're presenting in the bedroom. So, that's one thing I didn't like about it. Even with how horrible the acting was in Noah's Ark, they presented a unified version of what the LGBT community is. You had Chance, that was the doctor, the scholar, went to school, a professor. You had Ricky, was the whore. Hey, me, friend. You had Alex, who is the mother figure, the homebody, the confidant, the big sister, or like I said, the mother of the group. And you had Noah, the novice, the trusting and eternal love. You had a collection. You had the whore, you had the smart one, you had the homebody, the family. You had all of that composed in the entire setting. But when you have this show, and I'm not gonna give you a synopsis, because bitch is only one episode that's out right now. So I mean, you can look at it yourself. I'm gonna have a link in the very bottom to where you can see it. But when everybody is slim, trim, wannabe models, it does not give an accurate portrayal of what the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, questioning black community is, and I can't stand that. You know, I appreciate bodies and I appreciate sex sales, but if you want to have a show that is going to captivate the audience, you want to be able to include all audiences. With Noah's Ark, you were able to feel, no matter who you were as a person, you were able to feel that somewhat of your personality, somewhat of your life was being adequately portrayed by Noah's Ark. I am not getting this in the new version of the Life ATL. You have a redeemable porn star. You have, and this is the other thing, this is the other reason why I don't like the show. You know, normally when this is like a reality show, y'all see me using my quotations mark, honey, because you know, bitch, you know what that means. I got a job. Or bitch, I'm in school. Bitch, I am HIV negative. And I'm not talking about me, honey, because you know, honey, I've been to school, got a degree, I got a job, as you know, and I am HIV negative. So I'm not talking about me, but this is what the kids say. But this is the other reason why I really hated the show. You know, with most reality shows, they introduce the entire cast, the core members first, and then from there they weave, they go out into their individual lives to get, you know, a good storyline. Bitch, when I tell you, these motherfuckers introduced literally 20 to 30 people on the first motherfucking show. I'm like, bitch, I can't even get a feel of the camaraderie of these people's personalities, because you're introducing Tom, Dick, Harry, Paul, Peter, Saul, Abednego, Moses, and everybody else from the Ten Commandments, bitch. I don't, it's too much for me to comprehend. Not that I'm dumb, bitch, far from it, but we are a microwave society. We want as little as possible to understand and get it quickly. But when you're introducing him and his boyfriend, him and his jumper, him, the baby mama, oh, this is too much. Let me get a feel of the initial characters first. Give me the core first. Folks, I know Dr. George Smith is one of them. From everybody else, I can't understand who, I couldn't tell who were the other principal. In theater, we call them principal roles. And then when if you're not principal, you're just the ensemble. I couldn't tell who the principal roles were, and I couldn't tell who the ensemble or chorus, we say chorus sometimes if it's a musical, who the chorus were, because they were just interweaving all of these non-relevant motherfuckers in the show. It goes like this. I'm in several organizations. Shout out to my members of DASMAR, Sigma Romeo, all my other organizations I'm part of. We want quality above quantity. And the thing about it is, they didn't produce me any quality members. They brought quantity, but bitch, it was like, you have a retired or reformed porn star, somebody that worked in a barbershop, Dr. George Smith, who is a doctor, but ain't said what the motherfucker do. He is a lawyer. But, you know, I mean, I guess you could be a doctor of law. I'm guessing you can. What else? Who else? These were people that, honey, you will probably see in 708. Well, honey, that's old school. I guess it's called Excess Ultra Lounge now. And they made a comment that, you know, these people, you know, some people make $35,000 or less. They're part of the $35,000 or less club per year. You know, the thing about it is, and the sad part that pisses me off with that comment that he made, you know, I hang around people that makes more than First off, $35,000 ain't no money. So if you, as an attorney, is making $35,000 a year, you ain't making shit, first and foremost. But this is why we have people that stunt all the fucking time, because we have motherfuckers like you that say, oh, I hang around with $35,000 or more. Almost saying, if it's to say, well, bitch, you may have a job, you may be a hard worker, but if you don't make this amount of money, we can't be friends. But in my eyes, all means, bitch, I don't want to be your friend if that's what it takes to be your motherfucking friend. But that's why we have people stunting all of that to give this illusion that, bitch, I'm a baller, I'm a shot caller, this, that, and the other. But, bitch, you ain't got nobody's degree. You ain't got nobody's job. You writing, stunting checks. You stealing identities. And a part of it comes from societal needs. Societal needs to fit in, to be a part of the in crowd. Bitch, if it takes me risking my life to go to jail to be a part of the in crowd, bitch, cast me away, honey. Send me out to Nazareth. Send me somewhere to Canaan land, honey. Because I love my freedom, bitch. You won't catch me. Now, I've been in jail a couple of times. I'm not ashamed to show it. I've been in jail for driving on suspended license. That is it. That's enough. Enough. So to say that for me to be your friend or for us to hang out, I have to make $35,000. And personally, I do make more than $35,000 on it. I got to work hella hard for it. I do, between my photography, my hotel job, and me teaching. Yes, honey, I do make more than $35,000 a year. But I'm not going to say if a friend of mine works at McDonald's, and we're good friends, I can't be friends with him because he works at McDonald's. Bitch, you a fucking fool. Fucking fool. Fool, hoe. So this is why I feel it's important that we, within our community, set the positive standards in the positive tone. Because I think that was ridiculous. And coming from a man that is over 40, and the reason why I know he's over 40, because in this show, he was talking to this dude, well, the reform porn star, whatever, and the reform porn star is 18. And he happened to say that there is a 20 plus year difference. Well, no, I don't know the age of the reform porn star. I'm sorry, they never mention the age. But he said there was a 20-year difference. So even if the porn star was 18 on the dot, Dr. George Smith has to be at least 38. Do the math. So, I mean, unless he started doing porn, like while he was 15 to 16, and it's not unheard of, Dr. George Smith is at least mid, early 40s, mid 40s. You know what I'm saying? And my thing with that is, it sends a wrong message to say that for me to associate with a certain group of people, you have to make a certain amount of money. And I think that's just a negative message to send out to any youth, any person, because you're valuing our friendship monetarily versus the person that I am, versus the things that I bring to our friendship, opposed to just being a good listener or the fun times we have. Because, bitch, you can have fun with no money, honey. Trust and believe. Anybody that has been in college, honey, you can have a hell of a good time with no money, honey, if you know the right people. And I'm not talking about stunting, stealing, whatever. You can have a good time if you know how to have a good time with no money. Or even in a relationship. There are great relationships. People have been in relationships for 10, 15 years. They may be great now, but they started out broke as a joke, but they made it work for them. They made it work with no money. They still kept the fire alive. They still kept doing what they had to do to persevere through that particular financial hardship, or whatever the case may be. So that's another thing. There were just like little side things that I didn't like about the show. Would I watch it again? Possibly. Just to see what they build off of it, there were, and I'm not gonna give the negatives, giving the positives. There was one gentleman that I liked, and I can't recall his name because once again they introduced so many motherfuckers at the same damn time. There was one gentleman that worked with a LGBTQ community center where he was counseling this young woman who happened to be a lesbian, and her mother had kicked her out as far as trying to tell her about her girlfriend. Now, this is a side note. Let me tell you something, babies. Listen to me, all my young babies. You cannot force your parents to accept you or accept your friends. You can't force them. Her thing was she was trying to express to her mother and her grandmother about her girlfriend. And some things, not saying that you have to keep things in the closet. I'm not saying that by any means. But my whole family knows about me. Of course, with me being on the radio, when I was on the radio here, be in my YouTube blog, it's like oblivious that they can't know. But, you know, at the same token, I'm not going to say, Mom, you know, I just met this new dude and he is gorgeous to me and I love him so much and he just makes my spine shiver. I'm not going to tell my mother that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to tell her that, you know, this is what goes on in my house. Stay, you know, Mama always say, well, go into my house. Well, my four walls, stay in my four walls. Now, if I choose to bring him around for holidays or Christmas or whatever the case may be, I can definitely do that. My mother will not treat, my mother would never treat, you know, anybody wrong because her thing is, I might not agree with what you do, but I'm going to love you and respect you because you're my child, and I'm going to respect that person because I understand that that is somebody's child. So I would never dishonor or disrespect somebody else's child because she wouldn't want somebody else to disrespect me. And trust and believe, honey, if they did, honey, she wouldn't have to worry about it because I wrap them up all by myself. So, but there are just some conversations even if I wanted to, there are some conversations that I just would not have with my mother. We're great friends, but I just wouldn't have it with her. So my young babies, or even my old babies that are coming out late in life, you can't force people to accept you or to hear and understand what you're saying. You can choose to tell them, and if they receive it, great. If they don't, you have to press on and continue with your life, because you can't force people to accept what you are, who you are. All you can do is pray that they'll love you in spite of it all, and continue on with your day, honey. And if they don't, bitch, you better kick motherfucking rocks and call it a day, honey, and be what it is. You know, and I can honestly say, even with my family, with my mother, it wasn't easy at first. I came out when I was 17. It wasn't easy. There was some real fucked up shit that she did, but through it all, my ending will be greater than my beginning. My ending will be greater to my beginning. The race is not given to the strong or the swift, but the one that endureth to the end. Yeah, it's going to be fucked up at the beginning. But as days, months, years progress, it'll get easier and easier and easier. So don't try to do it right now. Don't try to get them to understand everything and wrap their head around everything right now. Give it a little time. So that was my little rant about that. So with that being said, it was an alright series. I mean, the cinematography, it looked well made. You know, there are some web series that I have saw that are great. Shout out to Freefall. My homeboy Shaman is in that. We were in the theater department together at Florida A&M. Smart, intellectual, and Shaman is fine. I mean, he is. I mean, Shaman is fine. You know, he do say some stupid stuff sometimes, but I love it. Bitch, I say some stupid stuff sometimes. Well, a lot of the times. But shout out to Freefall. My homeboy Wesley Henderson, another blogger of A Connection TV, was in the finale episode of that. So check out Freefall, F-R-E-E-F-A-L-L on YouTube. They have about 10 episodes on there. It's a great web series dealing with gay folks. And that's really about it. So that's the purpose of this episode. I'm not going to hold you too much longer. Hopefully y'all have a great day. I will see y'all in Atlanta. Once again, if you're coming to Atlanta for Labor Day weekend, I will be hosting events with the big dogs. Hit them up. And they have a plethora of events coming up, and I'm going to be out and about. If you see me speak, I'm not that dude to where, you know, I don't speak. That is not my characteristics. I don't throw shade, honey, because there's a saying that says, bitch, never throw shade to the hole holding the umbrella. Who is this? Hold on, honey, for a minute. Hello?
Yeah, what up, Mike?
No, what's up? Who's this? Oh, hey, what's going on? What's up? Nah, I'm not home. I'll probably be back there for like another hour or two. Well, what's up? What do you mean, what happened to me yesterday? When you called me yesterday? Oh, nigga, that was you calling me? I thought that was somebody, nigga, I was asleep to the gods yesterday. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought it was somebody else calling me. My bad, because the numbers look the same. The 727 part, whatever it was. So, yeah, nah, I have a meeting at 5:30 with a client, and then from there, then I'll be going home, trying to get me a couple of hours sleep before it's time for me to go to work. I mean, I'll probably be where I am now. I'll probably be leaving here probably within the next maybe 45 minutes or so, if that long. Then I'll be heading back home. So I'll be home until it's time for me to go to my meeting at 5:30. But the meeting's right around the corner from my house, so. Call me back in about 45 minutes or an hour. Alright. Bitch, did you catch how I put on my boy voice, honey? You saw how that voice got motherfucking deep, honey, when Trey called, honey? Now, I'm at home, of course. But, honey, I didn't want him to come over right now. I just don't feel like being bothered, honey. So I told him I wasn't home. So, honey, Lord forgive me for lying, honey. But y'all caught, bitch, did you care? I mean, y'all caught because y'all heard me talking. Bitch, she was up here. Hello? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Bitch, this goes back to the beginning of my thing, how bitches can play. They'll give you that deep voice, honey. But, honey, the real thing is, Anyways, my babies. That's really about it. That's all I'm talking about today. Y'all be blessed, be well, and I'll talk to you soon. Make sure you subscribe and pass these videos out to your friends, all right? I love you all so very much, and I count it a joy as well as a privilege to sit before you each week, a couple of times a week, just to give my thoughts, my renditions on a whole bunch of things. So peace and much love, and know that I love you, and so does God. Ciao.